What's up YouTube, William Akio, back with another video. I'm here with my teammate, goalie for Cavalry, Matt Silva, and today he's going to be talking to you guys about what it feels like and what it is to be a professional goalkeeper. So I need you guys to go subscribe right now, help me out, it'll be amazing for me. And also we're going to be doing a massive giveaway at the end of this video. So we're going to be giving away 3 pairs of NJ soccer gloves, thanks to Matt. So we're going to show you guys how to enter for this giveaway at the end of the video, so please make sure you guys stay for the entire video to try to get yourself some gloves. Alright, so now Matt's going to take over. He's going to talk about a few points of what it is to be a professional goalkeeper. So Matt, the stage is yours.
Cool, thanks for this.
Guys, before we get started this video, I want to give a quick shout out to Maestro Grip Socks. They hooked me up, so I'm going to hook you guys up with a 15% discount code down below in the description. So go get your grip socks.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks for so much interest. I'll just get right into it for you guys. As far as being a professional goalkeeper, there's a lot that goes into it, on the field, off the field, mentally and physically. I'd say probably one of the most important things is to stay mentally prepared at all times, off the field, on the field, doing your video sessions, really reflecting on what happened in a game, in a training session, and also learn to take in that information, take what's good, keep it with you, build your confidence, take what's bad, learn from it, and move on. Mentally, confidence is definitely a big thing that most goalkeepers, young and old, will struggle with and go through. And honestly, it's the best legal drug you can have. Confidence makes you so much better, makes you feel better, and other teammates will feed off of it. So if it's something you can really hone in on mentally and learn to teach yourself how to become better at that, it's definitely a good life skill to have, as well as a good skill to have as a professional goalkeeper. Secondly, I would say learning the game as best as you can and taking in as many abilities as you can from as many different coaches as you can as well. There'll be different styles you'll learn from different coaches, different teammates even, and even watching stuff on TV. Try to find a goalkeeper that's similar to you and really watch the game and their position. Watching games is sometimes how I learn several different types of techniques or styles or positions that I'd like to be in, just based off of watching the pros do it. They're there and they're playing at a high level for a reason, so might as well learn from them. Everything you learn from coaches, try it, take it, put that in your toolbox, and go from there. At a training session, try something new, try something that you've learned from one coach, from another coach, and at the end you'll have a full toolbox of different types of techniques, and from there you can make yourself into a full, well-rounded goalkeeper, taking bits and pieces from everybody. Lastly, I would say just try to stay healthy. Obviously, stuff happens and injuries do happen, but there's a lot of preventative work that you can do to make sure that you're staying healthy. The best professionals and the ones with the best careers have long time in the game because they don't get injured. And even when they do get injured, they're able to recoup very quickly because they have strong fundamentals. So being flexible, having a strong core, having good cardio, work ethic is something that's going to help you get through any little mishaps of small injuries and stuff like that. So a lot of gym work to work on the small muscles and making sure that you're not picking up long-term injuries. And if you do, it happens. That's when you get back to the mental state of it and really just make sure that you know that you can persevere and get through all of that in the end. So I'd say those are 3 quick little points on being a professional and what it takes to get to the next level.
All right, guys. So now we're going to be answering some of your questions that you guys commented in the community post the other day. The first question here is by Precipitation, and the question he asked was, what was your motivation when you thought you can't be a pro and you felt sad about it?
Man, I don't know. I just, for me, I don't like to let people down. And I knew that there was a lot of people rooting for me, coaches, friends, families, myself even. So, my motivation when, maybe it was looking tough in between off seasons and, getting really late in the point where I haven't had a contract yet, starting to think like it might not happen this season. Is this going to be the end of my career? Am I going to have to move on to something else? I just didn't want to let those people down. So, my motivation was more so the other people and trying to make a career out of it and keep persevering for them. I feel like at times, people will see that perseverance in me and maybe be motivated by that to see that, even though the career goes up and down, that through the downs, I'm still able to put a smile on, get to the gym, get to the training facility, fly to trials, whatever it may be, and push through that. So definitely for other people, I think is my main motivating factor for sure.
The next question, this is by Ben Cartmill, and he asked, highest and lower point of your career. He's also a keeper. I can't wait for this video to hear some of your answers. So,
yeah, cool. That's definitely why you picked your question. I'm glad some goalkeepers are tuning in.
Yeah.
You guys had tons of great questions, so I wish we could have got to all of them, but we're just trying to pick out a few of them and hopefully cover a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Highest point, I mean, everyone likes to sign their first contract. It's a huge thing. It's yeah, exactly. Congratulations. It's big. It's you know, it's all your work and sacrifices coming together and then being rewarded for it. But unfortunately, you know, it's just the beginning, and the hard work, you know, kind of starts there or gets even harder after that. You know, you're selected over tens of thousands of people that are trying to become a professional, and once you get that contract, it's relieving, but then also it adds a bit of stress to it because, you know, you now have to really make sure that it's coming to fruition. Like, you know, you have your chance now, and it can only be that one chance. You gotta take it, type of deal. Lowest point in my career, man, I think I kind of just touched on it in the last one. It's during off seasons, you know, when it's really looking like you might have a contract or getting really close, and then just for some reason or another, they choose another goalkeeper. There's budget issues, there's immigration issues. Those are really, really tough to get through. And then I think, like several people have dealt with before, injuries are never easy. Yeah. They're a setback, and I think you take it for granted how nice it feels to be healthy. So, you know, if you can reflect on the days that you had a good training session, you were healthy, you get off the field and you feel nice, like, you know, it's good to reflect on those ones, really keep it close to you, because, and when you get hurt, it's hard sometimes to keep mentally strong. So probably those two things will be on par for the lowest ones. Yeah.
So the next question is by Francisco Villarino, and he asked, Matt, what do you think is the perfect goalkeeper physicality? Not height, but body type. What kind of workouts should be done for a goalkeeper?
I'm biased because I'm not 6'7", so, you know, yeah. I'm gonna say the perfect type is probably something like height-wise is, I mean, not necessarily like the all and be all.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously it does help. Just there's different characteristics and different things you need to have, whether you're a tall goalkeeper or a short goalkeeper. Yeah. So for me, the best body type doesn't necessarily, I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
I think it's just how you know, add on accessories to whatever your body type may be, whether it be tall, small, lanky, or whatever it is, right? So, yeah, that'd be my ideal body type. But what kind of workouts you're doing, it's everything. Unfortunately, you know, in my opinion, sometimes a goalkeeper is almost a different sport than you guys are playing on the field. Yeah. You know, like, we have to use our upper body a little bit more than you guys do. We have to have stronger wrists. Oh, yeah. Why do you need strong wrists and strong hands? You don't. You know, so for a goalkeeper, it's a lot of overall full body workouts. You really got to make sure your core is strong. You're moving across very quick. But mainly, to the biggest thing is explosivity. In a game, we don't do much, really, when you think about it. But when you get called upon, you need to be ready. You need to be ready. You can move fast and make sure you're, you know, under control. So definitely plyometrics, core, a lot of shoulder work, full stretch stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty much everything, to be honest.
Cool. Okay, next question here is by Eco Flax. He asked, is it hard for you mentally that there can only be one goalkeeper to play? Like, let's say you're not having a good month or so and the gaffer could just swap you out. And second question is, would you ever like to play in England? If so, why? And why? And if there's any other countries as well, why would you like to play there?
I'll answer the second part of that first.
Okay.
I have a cousin in England, and I think we all watch Premier League and know how crazy it is for football there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'd love to play in England. I've played in Sweden, I've played in the Philippines, I've played in the US. So I like to travel, and I would love to experience other countries as well, just to get kind of a feel for their football, and you learn a lot from them too, different styles and stuff like that. But then also immersing yourself in the culture, different languages, different food, which I'm a huge fan of. So, I mean, for sure, I'd play probably anywhere if I could do it. Of course. And then as far as the first part of the question, you just have to kind of believe in your abilities, right? And you were signed to the team for the reason, you know, that they believed in you.
Yeah.
And then you have to believe in yourself and know that you're good enough to get there. And if you're having a bad month, it happens. You can have a bad training session. You can have a bad game. You can have a bad couple of years even. It happens. Yeah. I just think that, you know, you deep down have to know that you've put in the work to get yourself where you need to be, and then that'll persevere over anything. And honestly, secondly, is if you're the number one goalkeeper, even if you become the number two goalkeeper, that's still a role within the team.
Yeah.
Similar as like a left back has a role, a striker has a role, the kit man has a role, the media guy has a role. Everyone has their roles, and just if maybe, you know, you are now the second goalkeeper for this week, this month, this year, it doesn't necessarily mean that now you're not a professional. You still have your duties, you still have your job to do professionally, and excel at whatever position they put you in. Be the best number 2 goalkeeper you can ever be. Give the number 1 the support he needs, do the extra work, stay extra for the shooting for the players, whatever it may be. And I think that respect from your players will come, and from the coaching staff as well. And I think that you'll know you put in the work as a number 2 to then now become the number 1, and undoubtedly should be confident in yourself, and the rest will take care of itself.
Okay, last question here. This is by Gavin McGee, and he asked, what do you think are the most important parts of goalkeeping to focus on when coming back from a long-term injury?
Yeah, so kind of fresh with me, I'm not coming off a long-term injury, but I just had a little scope on my knee, and I was out for maybe 6-7 weeks. The biggest thing for me, obviously, is, before your injury, if possible, you're doing a lot of work in the gym, so you have a strong core, you have a strong base to build off of. So you're not coming from so low to try to get all the way back up. You're kind of in that middle ground. So if you have the chance to do any prehab work, work really hard at it, and it'll make your post-surgery or post-injury stuff so much easier. But just, I guess, really honing in on like the small details. You'll have to jump in head first in the deep end at some point and get yourself in small-sided games and take shots. And sure, some are going to go through your legs, some are going to go through your hands, and it's going to be ugly. But just trust the process and remember where you were, which is probably the top of your game, and just know you can get back there. And it just didn't disappear because of that injury. It's just another obstacle to get through, just like everything else. So just slow it down, step by step. Maybe in one session, count how many balls you dropped. You dropped 5 balls one session, okay, make it 4 on the next one. Stuff like that, so small little things, little obstacles, get through those, little achievements, and then I think eventually you'll realize that those little small ones will stack back up and maybe you even get better to where you were before the injury.
All right, well, those are the 5 questions, guys. Now we're going to be doing the giveaway, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to enter. All right, guys, to enter into this giveaway, to win yourself some of these gloves, first thing you need to do is follow Matt. I'm gonna have the description down below. You gotta follow his Instagram, like all this stuff. And then second thing you need to do is follow my Instagram. And the third thing you need to do is follow the Valor FC, our club's Instagram as well. So once you follow those 3 Instagrams, you have to come back to the video and comment goalkeeper gloves. You can put goalkeeper gloves or GK gloves, and then I'm gonna know who is entering the giveaway, and I'm gonna check to make sure everything is good, and then I'm gonna announce the winner within the next week. So you guys go do that ASAP. If you want to win some of these gloves, guys, they're really good, they're high quality, and if this goes well, we might be giving away more in the near future as well. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned something very important from Matt here. And if you guys have any other questions or concerns, hit me up in my DMs, hit him up in his DMs, and we'll get to them as fast as we can. But yeah, thank you so much again. Thank you, Matt, for coming out and talking to everybody. It was amazing. And I'm going to catch you guys next time. William Akios out. Peace.
Why you be hating and peeping my moves? We don't play by the rules. Telling your story, you say it's the truth, but I see no proof. Turn on my shit, make it blow off the roof. Giving the party a boost. Had to go crazy, I'm back in the booth. Talking my shit, I got something to prove. Destined for greatness, knew that as a youth. Started out bad, but now I got the juice. Checks every week, now we keep it on.